Now, one of the biggest fears of small business owners before they go to live stream is, what if no one shows up? What if I get crickets and it's just that awkward silence? First off, let's address that. If it's your first live streaming broadcast and you've let people know you're doing it, you're going to get an audience. We're all nosy like that. We want to see what you're up to and how your broadcast's going to go. So the key question becomes, once I have done that first broadcast, how do I build engagement on that broadcast and make it valuable enough that people will stay engaged in future streams or future broadcasts? Let's discuss. So the first way, and I know you're going to say it's super obvious, is to be your highest, truest self. Now, this is a big point because so many of us want to be our truest selves, but we get scared to show our real self. We're scared we're not accepted. We're scared people won't like us. We're scared of negative feedback. The truth is, you have to be yourself. You can't pretend to be authentic. If you are trying to be yourself, if you're putting in an active attempt to think, what is the kind of person that my viewers want me to be, that's not being authentic. You shouldn't have to try. You just have to be who you are, and you have to know that you are accepted and you do belong, and people are showing up to hear your message because you have something of value to share. It really comes down to loving and accepting yourself and realizing those fears of being judged being judged in general, those are fears of you that are actually coming from the fact that you're judging yourself, not other people. So check yourself before you wreck yourself with that one, and also be willing to accept that not everyone's going to agree with you, and that's okay. You want to attract your ideal audience and your tribe. The reason that so many businesses can coexist and all make a profit doing a similar thing is because people can do the same as you, but they can't do it quite like you. And your unique experience and what you bring to the table and who you are as a person is what builds that know, like, and trust factor. So for the people that aren't a good fit, that's okay. You're helping them because then they can go and find someone who is a good fit. And you are only attracting people that are like-minded and belong in your tribe. So always be yourself. That transparency and just that genuine feel that people will get, because people can tell through a screen. People really can get a feel for you. That's what's going to allow you to connect, and it's going to make people want to come back because they enjoy your company and they like being in your presence. Now, my second point is to focus on value instead of engagement. So many of us get caught up in the numbers. It's not a numbers game, it's a people game. We're there to get to know and learn, and it doesn't matter if there's one person on that scope or that live Facebook Live or that blab. If one person shows up and you are providing value for them and you are making their life better, then it's worth it. We need to stop getting caught up in the numbers, because yes, they look pretty on the eyes or whatever else, but really you have to think about your why. Say that is just one person that comes onto your broadcast, but say you make so much of an impact that they convert into a sale. Now, I know you look at the numbers game, that the chances are that's not going to happen, but what if it does? What if it does because you made a difference to that one person's life? And then what if they go and tell their friends because they also had an amazing customer experience because you were thinking about that too, focusing on value as opposed to sales. But back to this, what if they go and share that with their friends and then their friends sign up or their friends start to watch their scope, and we start to see this word of mouth marketing that we know works so well, as it always has. We see that working, except it's on scale because it's online, and then you do start to see the numbers. You never know who you're helping, you never know the impact that you're having, but the truth is, if you have a unique gift to share, if you have a message that you want to share, you owe it to the one person who is listening, or the 10 people who are listening, or however many people that are listening, to share that with them. If you focus on value, the numbers will come, the engagement will come, but you have to give first and you have to be patient with this. It doesn't happen overnight. You also want to be sure that if you're trying to get engagement, you have to encourage engagement. It doesn't always happen on its own. It's amazing how when the Periscope app came out, people used to be like, give me hearts if you like this, share this if you like this. It's amazing the impact that had and how many people did give hearts and how many people did share just because it wasn't top of mind. They didn't think to do it before they were prompted to. And so that's not saying to go out there and spam people. I don't recommend that in any sense of the word. But encourage engagement. Ask questions. Questions are beautiful. As a business owners, when you put out questions and you get answers, it's like being given free candy, because all of those questions that you're asking and are giving you instant feedback. It's market research, and that's hugely valuable in terms of, one, being able to answer the question and again provide as much value as you can. But it's also great in understanding your customer's mindset or your community's mindset, what it is they need from you and how you can best serve them. Questions and answers, beautiful. And remember that you also learn the most about people when you're not talking business, and you never know how powerful that information can be in terms of your marketing. So really, don't just listen to reply, listen to understand, and really pay attention to what's being said out of the business context as well as in a business context. Now, along the same lines of that, you also want to encourage your community to engage in the comments with one another. It's amazing how much credit you will get as the broadcaster for bringing people together, bringing like-minded people together into this shared space and community. It builds tight bonds. It actually builds out your community by making those links and those connections, and you get the credit for it because they get to know one another. They're getting value and they're exchanging value all the time in the comments, but again, their connection comes through you. So you really want to do that. This is really, really powerful if you do want to build that tight-knit community of people who genuinely care and support one another. Now, in terms of customer lifetime value, that is huge, because it comes back to that loyal tribe. Where do people go? They go to you because you're trusted and you're spoken about among friends. So be sure to do that as well. Make sure that they're engaging, commenting, encourage that interaction. If you know two people who are talking about a similar point, make that connection and encourage them to follow up with that. Again, it doesn't mean spamming them and saying you should speak to this person and vice versa. It just means, Sarah also mentioned that she bought this book on Amazon. What did you guys think of it? So again, that encourages the interaction among each other and also with you, the broadcaster. Pretty lame example, but hopefully you get the point. Now, you also want to let people know that you are broadcasting. If people don't know that you're on a platform and you haven't been around for a while, you gotta let them know. Otherwise, they don't know to look for you and they don't know where to find you. Now, a lot of the time, it will come down to cross-promoting, letting people know, I am on Periscope, I am on Facebook Live. Here's a link if you want to join me. If people don't know you're there, they won't know to tune in. So you do have to make sure that you're letting people know in a friendly way. Again, not spamming. It can't ever be spamming, and you don't want to overly cross promote. You're really trying to build awareness out. And what I would say with this is to really think about your strategy. I'm really not a fan of cross promoting too much, because you want to take your connections and turn them into customers, and you want to guide them on a very easy path to making that happen, step by step by step. Now, if you're guiding them here, there and everywhere, then they're getting confused. They might get lost and they might lose their way and walk away from your brand as opposed to walk to it. So think strategically about where you want people to go, the purpose of that content, and how that's going to build the relationship so that it can get to the next level before you do this. But you do want to make people aware of your broadcasts, and especially if you're new to a platform, that's going to be the easiest way to build engagement, build a little bit of a buzz as you get started, and hopefully through the points mentioned above and through creating really valuable content, being yourself, encouraging the engagement, and above all else, giving first. You have to give first, and you have to be patient and trust that this works. Trust that relationship marketing works, because at the end of the day, that's what this comes down to. People do business with other people that they know, that they like, and that they trust. Now, this is just some ideas on how you can build engagement and continue that engagement if you are getting started with live streaming. I truly hope that you found it valuable. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me on Twitter at C4Compete. All my links will be in the comments below. Much love to you. As always, have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and never forget that you can change the world one connection and one conversation at a time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you soon.